guys. In this segment we're going to talk about the control points necessary to maintain side mount. Regardless of what position you're in side mount, you will always utilize at least several control points at a time. So we're going to review those control points. They're always going to be the same regardless of which pin you use. However, you're only going to use several in each pin. And then we'll apply it to the rolling log principle. So Tyler, if I could have you flat with your head up here. I'm on the left side of Tyler. I've got a number of control points that I utilize to keep him flat on his back. I can push his knee, I can lift up on his hip, I can lift up on his elbow, and I can push on his face and make him look away. On the right side of his body, I can push down on his knee, push down on his hip, and with an underhook, push down on his shoulder, or at least maintain control over his shoulder. In the middle, I always put all my weight down on Tyler. So in the classic wrestler's pin, I'm applying pressure to his chin, that's 1. I've isolated his arm, that's 2. I have some weight on my chest against his chest, that's 3. I can have my elbow either in his hip, or I can form an underhook, and my back knee is in his hip. So I have several control points here. They'll always be the same. In the previous segment, we talked about Tyler's power range. Wherever his hips and shoulders are pointed is where he has most power and most range of motion to regard me. Right now, shoulders and hips, or hips and mini hips, are pointed upward. They're not pointed at me where they can effectively regard or escape. However, if he rolls into me, points his hips and shoulders at me, he's quickly going to regard me or at least escape. Okay? So I treat Tyler like a rolling log that essentially rolls in towards me. On this side of his body, or on this side of the log, everything is about picking him up and rolling him away. On the far side, everything's about leaning over and pinning him down. Okay? So I can push on his knee, I can lift up on his hip, I can lift up on his elbow, I can lift up on his chin, or on the other side, I can push down on his hip or push down on his shoulder with an underhook. And in the middle, my chest pushes against Tyler's chest. Again, all the positions in side mount, regardless of what they are, will utilize at least some of these points. To show you how effective some of these points are, I can take Tyler's face, I can make him look away, and I can pin his chin in the opposite direction and ask Tyler to roll into me. It's very, very difficult, if not impossible, for him to roll into me. Similarly, if I pick his elbow up off the mat and ask him to roll into me, it's very hard. If I pick his hip up off the mat and ask him to roll into me, it's very hard. I roll him away. Or on the other side, I can pin him down. Turn into me. So utilizing a mix of control points on both sides of his body, and of course as much weight on his chest as possible, I'll be able to control him. I hope that helped, guys. Thank you.